Okay, people don't listen. All right, just real quick. I have told you this story before, and I'm just going to say it real briefly. I was on a zone diet. Before that, I was I was on a high carb diet, low fat diet, and I found out. I realized that with the low fat diet, I was always hungry. So I knew that had to be a problem. I knew that wasn't working. So then I went on this zone cat, this Barry Sears, and I stayed on that for years. I'd say almost 20 years I was on it. Close to 20 years. And my son, well, no, it was around 13, 14 years. I take that back. I was on that diet for 13, 14 years. And my oldest son, my estranged son, who wasn't estranged at the time, was talking about fathead and going on a low carb diet. And I went on that diet. And I lost 40 pounds, and I've kept most of it off. I mean, my last video, I was talking about that. You know, about this battle in myself between the guy who wants to be a muscle bound guy, which I need to be a little fatter, a strong man, and the guy who just wants to be thin and look in shape. And I'm hearing arguments about that. So yeah, but at that time I sold into what my son said. I bought into it, and it worked. Then I changed my philosophy almost 180. I did a 180. I'm one of those people. As John Maynard Keynes said, he said, "Sir, when I see a change of facts, I change my mind. What do you do?" What do you do? All right. We in the United States have been the top dog and are still the top dog for a long time. This is an empire. People don't like to say that, but this is an American corporate empire that we're doing. All these trade deals, all this NAFTA, SHAFTA, all this stuff that we're doing, these are trade deals. These are corporate deals where the corporations make all the money and the rest of us are left with scraps. And our citizens get the most scraps of almost any citizen. I don't know, arguably, I guess that's what Trump is saying about the Germans and the Japanese and all these countries, that their people are getting more scraps and they're living better than we are, even though, you know. But I mean, these countries have massive debts. Japan and Germany, they have massive debts. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but we're still running the show, according to many. So I don't know. But what I'm trying to say here is that when you cut down to the chase, and what I'm trying to say is, this is either a guns or butter situation, which goes back 50 years ago. It started during the LBJ administration, where he was the first one to really push us, and this is how we got to this uncoupling of gold situation that we're in, and using oil as the currency, the petrodollar. In any case, I'm not going to go into all that. I'm just saying that right now, that's the problem. We have all these people who want to retire, who are expecting their retirement, who expect their pensions to work, and this is all based on investments. And we're building a war machine that's costing a fortune, that we're coming up against other countries like Russia, and we're fueling this with selling other people's arms, and there's an arms race going on there. But at some point, this is going to give, okay? At some point, this is going to give. And I don't know where it's going to be or how it's going to work out. But I'm on the side of let's all work together and stop all this BS. Quit bombing people. Quit killing presidents like we killed one of our own presidents 55 years ago. Don't do that no more. I think this should end. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know how it's all going to end up. But I'm on the side of let's all work together. I think that if American people, like I said last time, I've said this earlier, I think that we could be American manufacturers, and people could be going to work and making $35, $40 an hour to work in a factory and go and sell cars to other people in other countries. And we could design our own cars, And we could do all that. We could start new cars. Hell with Ford and General Motors and Chryslers. Let's start new car companies for China. Let's sell their stuff over there. It can all be redone. We just need to change the country. The country needs to be changed. We need to quit spending $1 trillion a year on a weapon and stop this security complex. This is ridiculous. There isn't any terrorism. It's all a bunch of BS. This is all BS that we've been doing. So evaluate what we're doing. This was a kind of a scattered, messy kind of thing. I don't know. I'll leave it for what you will. Out!